So you say you did.
Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, the wonderland we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
Okay, let's say welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions, and today is the 28th of July 2026, and just 2 days ago we had our July 26th program. All was gaiety, all was happiness, all was joy, and all the fantasies and all of the celebrations went on all over the place. And now we are back to business. They say sometimes when you dress, you go up, you're looking happy, you're dancing, you're looking clean, but behind you, maybe there's a bunch of problems lying there waiting for you. So we were all over the place. We're in Pichana, lighting the streets and everywhere in the diaspora, people happy, but back home in Liberia, the problem remains. So tonight we're going to be looking at those problems that we still have on hand. And so let me say welcome to my colleagues, Paul the Lord, Chilopay, Mark Farr. You guys are respectively seated in your respective studios all across Europe. And so tonight we're going to be discussing some of these topics. So basically we'll be first talking about the drug issue in Liberia, what's happening, what has government done, and what are some of the developments, how people threatening people, and we don't know where we're going. But it's a developing story. We'll follow it, and where it ends, it ends. But so tonight we'll be talking about that, and probably we'll be looking at what the ANC leader wants the government to do, or the system, because he's proposing the strengthening or the building and strengthening of institutions in Liberia. So all of those things will come on our table. And again, guess what? Somebody said this person is looking for relevance, but Miata Formula, the sister of H. Poema Formula, one of Liberia's progressives, one of Liberia's pressure group leaders or members, Miata is out there condemning past leaders. But who is she, what she's been doing, what are her achievements, some of these will be also discussing. So gentlemen, let me say welcome.
Good evening to our audience, and good evening, gentlemen in the studio. So it's good to be back on the discussion tonight on the bottom line, and it's good to be among the living, and we can have a fruitful discussion tonight on what is happening in Mama Liberia and elsewhere in the world. Good evening, good to be back here, gentlemen.
Okay, Mark, from your end.
Yeah, I want to say greetings from my end to my dear brother Linford, brother Paul, and to our audience. And it has been a wonderful day from my end. The weather is good, and I can't wait for to start the show. Thank you.
Okay, and for those of you watching via Jala TV, that is from Liberia, please help us to share the show. It's very, very important. I see people logging onto Jala TV. So if you log on, just invite your friends. Share the show on your page and invite your friends. And tonight we're going to have wonderful discussions like you already heard. But quick, this one.
You're watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
And this is exactly what you are about to listen to, a review of the major stories happening in Liberia. Like we always say, some of these things you have heard on the radio, or you have listened to it on other media, or you have seen it on the internet. But we just have to discuss it because we look at it from different perspectives. And I just want to apologize for some small disturbances that will be in my background. This is it. Okay, I think it's getting better. But um, tonight we'll first start with a big story. We've had a drug incident in Liberia for the past 1 month now. First, it was $19.2 million, and then while we were still talking about struggling to find out details about the $19.2 million, who brought it, where it came from, how long it was in the country, and who was keeping it, all these things, then a bigger burst came, and that one is all it's almost close to half a million dollars. Okay,
Half
so
a
this
billion.
$500 million, sorry, because it's around 400 to 500 $1 million, so that's a billion, and this is troubling, So in the wake of that, we these drugs. Now the group that is claiming responsibility are also naming they are also naming people who they say are connected to this syndicate. So whether it's true or not, whether the video is authentic or not, whether it is false, no, we are not in a position to verify that or to even say anything about that. But what we can tell you is that this video is viral. Most people have seen it, and if you are seeing this video and you have the means of going to verify it, to go and see whether it is authentic, you can do that. But we are not in a position to say it is true or not. All we can do is to bring that video and we all listen to it, and then we see what's happening. And this one is big because the group is alleging that the president's son, Jojo Boakai, is part of the syndicate. They are claiming responsibility for this drug. But just before we stream that video, I will ask my colleagues if any of you have seen this video and what you think about it, and then we can roll it. Paul, have you seen this video?
Linford, I've seen the video. Remember, RT is my background. That video is authentic. We did a check on it, and we can verify that it's not a fake video. It's not an AI generated video. So it's a authentic video, and so just to clarify that I've
Mark?
seen it.
Yeah, my problem, you have seen the video too.
Yeah, I have seen that very disturbing video that's supposed to, outrage all Liberians. That Liberians supposed to be on the street and calling for immediate resignation of the president. Whether how they call it, say, investigation or not investigation, the impeachment process supposed to be taking place actually. Because a man, dear brother Paul play here, who is an IT person and a computer specialist, is saying that the video is authentic. And then also, I want to take this time to say thanks to Stanton Waterspoon and brother, how you call, from Front Page Africa. Brother Paul, you can help me with our dear Renissier. I want to say thank you to Renissier and again, Brother Stanton Waterspoon and other people for the time and effort they put in, because when I first saw the video, I was waiting for the authentication of the video before commenting anything. But if these two people, along with Brother Paul and other meaningful librarians, have put in effort to make sure that the video is authentic, then I think librarians are supposed to be very outraged and not giving excuse and bringing party sentiment. So I'll stop here for now.
Okay, thank you. So guys, we're going to roll this video. And like I said, to verify this video, you can do that. Those of you who are RT literate. So we'll roll the video and then we hear what the guys have to say in this video.
This message is to Joseph Boakai Jr., Akai Joe. This message is of you former partners from Colombia. You dirty motherfucker, after how many times you have decided not to steal from us after all these years. We had 10 tons in Liberia and you only put on the news 4 tons. LEA stole the 6 tons and no one to resell it. And on top of that, we pay 2 million. We calling us a K. will have paid that to the head of the police to release our two guys and set them off of the country tomorrow. We're gonna let them do their statement and we're gonna release our pictures of you and the beach of the mystery of the friends. We'll have managed the entrance of our units. We're gonna
Linfo, we're not hearing you, Linfo.
All the time. But no, what I'm saying is, I don't know how clever this audio, and I hope people understood it. Even English, like for instance, release, but do not listen to what or how they speak, but listen to the message because it's to these guys they displaying some communication, and they are also making strong allegations that they've been together for a while, and they've been planning some things like this. And they also gave $2 million. So those are very strong claims. And you know, one thing about it, God, just before any of you can come in, we live in a RT world. So as I'm sitting down in my little corner and doing this video, it is possible that anybody can trace me. It's possible that people can trace my IP address, people can trace me and know where I'm talking from. And so for these guys to come and expose themselves, even though they are using their faces mask, but for them to sit and display even weapon, this I think they I don't know. Should I say there must be some truth in what it's saying, or are they just taking mere risk? And if they are taking risk, why are they taking such a risk, knowing that they can be traced and you know and found? So guys, let me start with Mike. Mike, you think these guys are just making up stories, or they just want to do something, or you think it's authentic? Why would they want to take such a risk, even if they're lying?
That one thing about Linfo that I put together, something that I put together. These guys talking about tons, right? They're talking about few tons, 7 tons of, 10 tons of cocaine. And the security apparatus or what has been discovered is, I think, 6 tons. So where is the rest of, 4 tons. Yeah. So thank you, Brother Paul. So where is the rest of the 6 tons? You understand? Is this something that was planned or that is planned to free the guys off, you understand, their merchandise? You getting where I'm going with the ball? Is this something that is planned to free the guys off of their merchandise? To say, okay, now we have gotten $500 million or something from the guys, and the guys, they are traffickers. They are not brave enough to come to Liberia, and you understand, for which we're going to free them off and make this and expose this particular drugs trafficking. There's a possibility, but the video is so short. I wish we could find a longer version, but they were just sending a message to Jojo and his, how they call this, and people that are involved. So the video is attentive, Brother Linfo. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Brother Mark,
Yeah, Brother
it's
Bob.
quite interesting. If you listen to that video, I don't know people in Liberia really understand the drugs cartel, the way they operate.
No.
If these guys are seeing 10 tons and the government arrested, what, 4, and they estimated the 4 is around $400 million.
Yes.
Think on it. These guys know. So
And Brother
they
Paul, let me
ask-
hold you. Let me hold you on something. And this is what happened, right? A lot of laboratory, when these guys are sending, and you understand, are exporting. First of all, they export the raw cocaine. You understand? It's just like oil. When you buy the oil, you bring the oil, then you refine the oil. And you understand? So the market, the guys are sending it is unrefined. So now the person who going to receive this particular market, once they do the unrefining, then the value also increase. So the guys they are talking about raw material, raw coke that came into Liberia. So I just wanted to add that part, Brother Paul.
Yeah, so what I was saying, they already gave you, they say 10 ton of cocaine into Liberia. They didn't go say, oh, it was Paul Chilope or it was Linford we were in negotiation with. If you look at because the way the drugs cartel operate, the people who speaking, they are the foot soldiers. The main people that own our drugs, those are the cartel that have billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars to
So
their disposal
they
that
send
can
the
do
foot soldier
anything.
to talk, and that foot soldier gave you a caveat to whoever they been dealing with in Liberia, and
Yep.
people taking it as joke. These guys, their money, they will go after their money. They will not relent until they get their money. If they can't get their money,
Or either
they will,
either there will be a bloodbath.
that's what that's how the cartel operate, and people don't understand it in Liberia. They're taking it to be a joke. Why would they and pick out Jojo Boyka as the one
Exactly.
that
Of
they
all
been
the
dealing with?
of all the
Why
5
they can't
million
pick out any
Liberians?
other person but they say Jojo Boyka? We agree. We send you $2 million.
Yep.
We send 10 tons of cocaine. Your government arrested 4. Where is the remaining ones? Listen, and they also capture our guys and want them released. These guys they are sending strong message that Liberians are overlooking. So why it couldn't be anyone else in Liberia? We've been told that the security apparatus in Liberia have been compromised with the drug business. So why they couldn't point out somebody from one of the security apparatus to say this person? But they said Jojo, the president's son, he's the one that they threatened, that they want their cocaine, they want their money, and people taking it for a joke.
And this is very interesting, Brother Paul. Now, because of the complication, they're reporting 4 and the people are saying 10. Now it bring in the DEA from America and the Interpol from Europe. Then where is the balance 6? You understand? The balance 6 is in Liberia, and the Liberian government have to give account of it. Because these guys, after mentioning Jojo, there's another fellow that is in the picture also. This fellow has been identified. I just forget the name because Stanton, they did their work yesterday.
So this guy is called Abraham Touare, and this guy is the main negotiator between
Exactly.
the Colombian and the Liberian counterpart.
And all the Liberians that are involved.
Yes.
Yeah. And all the Liberians that are involved.
Right. So they displayed the two of them picture up there. If you look at the top of the screen on the right hand side is the Abraham guy, and then on the other side is Jojo. And people in Liberia are taking this for joke. These are Colombians. And these are the 4 soldiers of the main drugs cartel, the owner of these drugs. The kind of money that drugs worth, and people taking it to be joke.
And the thing about Paul, these guys, they are not going to come into Liberia, for example, to say, oh yeah, they're bringing civil war into the whole country, you understand? No. But they are going to go after people that are involved. And the same way the drugs enter Liberia, that's the same way the guys are going to maneuver to enter into Liberia. They're forgetting to know, Liberian people forgetting to know the thing that only men that are involved into the drug smuggling business. They got women. And then to go into the history of Colombia, let me just go the way. Go into the history of Colombia in the first of all. Colombia is a country that America tried to disarm the drug cartel for more than 30 years. Go to read about the Frank Guerreros in Colombia. You understand? The drug cartel in Colombia that had that country for almost 30 some more years. From the Ronald Reagan administration, they couldn't make it until they said they would reconcile. Up to now, certain part of Colombia is controlled by the drug cartel. The government doesn't go there to enforce law. So these are people, exactly as Brother Paul said, that got billions of dollars in their possession. And these people can bring women. Beautiful women will enter your country, and some of these women, they are how they call it, militarily or guerrilla warfare trained. And they will come in Liberia to come. If the men cannot come, the women will come into Liberia. And there are different ways of killing
Mark, before
yeah.
leave for Germany, I lived in Amsterdam for years,
Yeah.
and drugs dealers, drugs war is not something that people joke with. In Liberia, they may see it as joke. Look, the cartel sit on billions of dollars. If they want to come after you, they pay missionaries that you don't even know of. They will not even be white. They will be your own skin color that will enter Liberia. You will not know assassin entering that country. These
Oh
are
yeah,
the
but they
people
got
we
black.
are.
Bro, Paul, you
They
get
get
near
black Colombia.
you get near the hammer on the head of the
Yeah,
net. They put got black
this
Colombia in the first place.
this is the point I'm making, because the president's son is being singled out. They after him, and people should not take this for a joke.
But
That
Paul,
oh,
first of all, these guys, they got drone. These guys can buy drone. And where you, Brother Paul, you sleeping in the neck, they got them fly drone over your damn house and blow you and your family to hell. Okay, these people don't know what they're playing with.
this is a leave for coming, because this is serious. We must talk about this thing. The drugs business in Liberia that people overlooking, it could bring a serious situation in Liberia that we all may not handle. We see what is happening in Haiti. We see what is happening in Haiti.
Let me get chime in a little bit. But first of all, welcome most of our viewers. Tuan Gray, Chadela Brown, Cholo Play, also David, MS Yogi, J Bide, Keita, Kwe, Reiki, that's Reiki Flam, Junior J Kruma, as well as Darius J Peters. Your thanks for joining us, and please help us to share the show. Look, guys, this is who we're talking. Paul just said something that is very common. These guys, they sit on billions, trillions of dollars, and they are well connected. They are not, you see, you may be looking at this group in Colombia, two guys sitting, you want to tell me the whole $500 million to talking about these two guys who say now where they're looking tiny Jeremy, mosquito guy. No, those are just people who create the action, that people who make the action, but the real people who engineer these things are there. They are the money guys. And in that very Liberia, the guys have been dealing with people. The names are not yet come up. And if you listen to that video, the guy said they will bring more documents, they will bring pictures of Jojo. But I'm not hoping that it cannot be true, because Jojo is still denying this thing. And if I were him, and if I were anybody in the circle of the family, that is Jojo's family, who knows that they are connected,
My friend.
leave this thing like this and talk to the guys, negotiate with them. Don't let it blow out of hand. Number one, we talking about bringing, Paul talking about the people can send mercenary. They think the people, the two guys, they've been living like bro for long. The two guys they arrested, those guys been living like bro for long. Nobody suspected them of anything. So you know how many of them in Liberia still? You don't know.
Exactly.
So people
don't know.
overlook these things.
And you saw the confident.
Making noise, 24 hours gone, why we can see the war, this and that. And they don't understand.
You saw how relaxed those guys were. They were very relaxed.
You think the people will start war? The people will start war to the border and start shooting to come? No. The people will infiltrate you. One of the citizens said that's a war. Okay? So Liberian people, we should not war. And when we talk, some people say, oh, you're wishing bad for your country. I didn't make a video. None of us have made a video. We don't even know those guys. We don't know whether they are real or fake. Okay? But they say in time of peace, you prepare for war. And you prepare to prevent. You don't wait until something happens, then you start. We start down Guinean people came across, they say now, oh, our border, we're not doing nothing. Then you're challenging people who can call. No. In military training, there's something called maximum death and destruction in minimum time. You cause massive destruction in minimum time before your enemy can even think. And Also, another thing in the military that you need to know is that military delays are dangerous. You say, oh, my enemy said, oh, they're waiting for that man. No, don't let him strike you first. You be the first to strike. Because when you delay, you know the main plan. The people finish telling you that will create havoc, will bring war. They say we'll bring war. They said it. Now we say, oh no, 24 hours now pass. Where the people are now? The people are lying. Yes, we agree. Let them lie. If they lie, fine. But what if they are saying the truth?
But Linford, do you know how many? Here you are. You got 100 plus thousand Burkina alone that's sitting in your country in the southeast. Do you know how many of them from different how they call it? Let's say group in the Sahara that's sitting in a place that were how they call it, that were chased out of the Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali. You understand? That's sitting in the southeast. Do you know how those guys are being fed in the southeast? So Labrimpo just sit there. The thing say, oh yeah, this something is an easy thing. But one thing is that those guys, they will come after everybody that are involved. And then two, let's go back to the Georgia $100 million case. Brother Paul, why made those guys to be free? And how those guys got free? Okay?
My man.
How those guys got free? It was threat that was made to some individual in the government that what brought those guys to be free.
You see, they
and
got
up to
free.
Now, where is the $100
free.
million?
They
the
got
$100
free.
million
They
drop
gave
for
the
the
guys
poor.
their money. Mark, not only getting free, the guys took everything. They took their money. So they got free and they took their money. So
and they took their drugs. Impossible.
You off the camera, Mark.
Yeah, I come Brother Paul. And I certain thing I do. I just want.
So you see, this is the situation that we face with. We sit down, we say, oh, this is a joke, because Liberians would never take anything serious until it becomes serious. Now, what am I saying this? If you live in a hostile environment, people in America, in Europe that have lived in hostile environment, they will be able to tell you the way the drugs are. Even the gang, if you live in a hostile environment, what they have gang among gang because of drugs, you see the level which they can go. Then the Colombia master who set it down drinking a cognac and sent his force soldier said, y'all gave those people warning. And people in Liberia taking it for a joke, they must take it for a joke forever, because when these guys ready to enter your country, you may not know they have the money. They will even use the very Liberians to go after you if you're not smart. And this is the thing they're playing with. Look, we have the Ukrainian people that are good at this thing called assassin. They're all over the place. They can pay them, hire them, say, y'all go over there. You talk about the women. They get a lot of women that are into the assassin. They can enter Liberia. You may not even have a clue.
You take the man $500 million. The man can put a contractor on you for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. A contractor on you. The man can put a contractor on you. How to call this for $1 million. It just a drop in the ocean, not drop in the bucket, a drop in the ocean for that particular man. So the cartel they're dealing with, the people don't understand when they say cartel. They think that marijuana traffic or what they say, oh yeah, somebody play marijuana behind your heart, they put it in bed and can sell it to somebody to smoke. No. You talking about cartel?
Let me get.
It's supposed to inject fear.
To let you know that Liberians don't take anything serious. I will give you two good examples. The first example is very recent. That is Lufa thing. People came there, that people say, oh man, don't marry people, man, Guinea people, you can't sit down there. They're not even thinking 1 year from now, 2 years from now, what will happen? They only see now, saying no gunfiring. Then the second example that I will give you, which every one of us can attest to, when 1990 happened, when the war entered, the war started way in Buto. People that are in
war,
people that are in Ganta, Nima, Bonkante, Banga, all the places. They say, oh man, no people that, in fact, when they see the AFS, the passing going, they say, we'll kill all of them. The few that will live and come back and say, we'll kill all the men. Okay, We know the war enter Gant, I mean, Nima, then King enter Bonkante. People say, in Kakata. I work at the radio station. Our other station were in Banga. The people fly from there. They came to Kakata. Probably knew they say the men and they are real. They come in some people say, oh man, do my not reaching Kakata. They reach Kakata. People say them for they say, my man. Do you waiting when they got them reach rank Omega, you bomb all of them. The men and reach Omega. Yeah, there was some resistance to Kogler factory. They fought war there for almost 3 months. Because they got enter the July. That house small enter the rear of the rebel. So from July, August, September, October, they were there until they captured June, September. Then people started getting to get serious now, and then the war entered Monrovia. So these people, some people still saying that Monrovia say that war will not do nothing. And the other one happened April 6th, April 6th, 1986.
Yeah, April 6th.
Yeah, we were right there in Monrovia. The people were fighting. Imagine, I was living in Congo Town. The people were fighting as far as Vamuma House. And we were staying in the club.
April 6th,
so like, bro, they were not taking anything serious. That's why they're talking. They say, oh, they man 24 hours now. Why they can? People, they're not talking about declaring war. They start fighting and coming. No. They can fight in different ways. They can bring poison. They can do a lot of things. So we just blowing the whistle. We just want people to know. Like we all saying here, they can send mercenaries. Like, bro, the poor country, people looking for money. They can give money to one guy, say, my man, carry on the mission. If you succeed, you end up in America.
You know, Edwin Snow, this clip that I watched of Edwin Snow, there was a lady, he was talking about who I think brought drugs into Liberia, and they disgraced that woman.
Yeah, they call her Rita. That was few.
Yeah, Rita. They disgraced that woman.
Yes.
They almost undressed that woman. Liberian got in the street demonstrating. But here you are, almost $1 billion worth of drugs. The thing have been destroying your children. From kush to different substance been destroying your children. Until the queen mother, okay, the queen mother comes from in the Bogobo Hill and come outside. The thing are supposed to set the whole country. Okay, the whole country supposed to be angry. Your John behind you people were on the street of 16 billion behind George Ria. You people on the street of how they call it, bring back our money. I think 20 some more billion for the map of SSR. But here you are, you're talking about $500 million, and you cannot get in the street to say, you know what, this thing here, we want to go where the rope is coming from. Everybody that involved, okay? Everybody that involved into this thing, they should be investigated. They should, first of all, leave their post. But the people that supposed to do the job, as Brother Paul said, they are also involved. Yeah.
But Mark, this funny. The security apparatus compromised. The first family, Gion's son, is not implicated. Think on this. So President Barker now is in his house. His house has been implicated.
Brother Paul, can I beg you for something? Please, Brother Paul, I beg him. You see this guy they call Prince Johnson. I'm going to take my time to break it down to Liberian people.
Let me finish.
Okay, finish.
Prince Johnson.
Finish.
What am I saying this? If the president, the first family is being accused of drugs, we should not sit back and say, oh, and do the thing they respect, because in Liberia, when they say the person are president, everything, all the bad thing will happen, nobody should talk about it. This one, Liberians should not sleep on it. Not because Joseph Barker president, his son involved, according to the Columbia, people will say, oh, it's fake. It's not fake. If the video we went through is not a fake video, I see Unity Party putting all kind of people pictures, say, oh, they are sedition, doing it nonsense. They overlook it, and that's what Linford said. When something bad coming, you ignore it and say, oh, it's not serious. But if the first family is involved, the security apparatus is involved, where is Liberia going? We admit the country in a serious trouble, and we should not overlook this. If the first family, is this the reason why we asking this question? Is that why Joseph Boyka, the president of the nation, what? How many months now the drug business going? He's very silent. Is that something that he aware of that we don't know? That's why he's not talking, because this is a drug crisis and he's not saying anything. You cannot go bobo on this, that everyone is talking about. Information not coming from the government to please anyone. It's almost like the situation at the Guinea border with Liberia.
Yeah.
He
The people
goes
know
silent
that.
because when you
But
go
upon,
silent on something, that means it's concerning. So this is what I'm saying. We get lawmakers that in the president pocket, nobody can call the president to question him what is happening. We're in a serious trouble.
and those that are talking like Edwin Snow and how they call this a former finance minister, they are being targeted now. They cannot speak.
Mark,
Okay?
you will come in with the Prince Johnson team, but I'll be
Yeah,
taking
go
up
ahead,
shortly.
Linford.
Yeah, I'll be taking up
Okay.
shortly. 4 or
Yeah,
5
so
minutes.
flow, Linford, flow.
Yeah. Let me tell you one thing. This government, look, I posted something today. I said it was better for us not to have any government at all than what we have compared to what we have today. Because, I mean, it's like we don't have a government. Number one, this government, they do things. They promise. This president ran on drugs. He said he will fight drugs. That was part of the campaign promise. He even took drug tests and mandated the ministers to take drug tests. Okay? So, why I say that when we talk about drug, we even stay dragging our feet. That no punitive action. Now the $19 million drug thing is gone. Nobody even thinking about it. And something do happen. They had an elaborate program for July 26th, as if nothing was happening. Spending all that money probably to change people's mind. Now, if you go to Basel, you talk about the drug thing in Basel, people they say, oh no man, no way, the president drink well, the president brought lie here. What you talking about drug? You see? That's what they do. Because I was listening to some Unity Party people, they say, oh, the CDC and the ANC people, that propaganda, we know the thing best. So this is some of that propaganda. Go and light up the city of Basel, something which is government duty. And Liberian people, we are the most funny people I've seen. Government does something like this, something which is a duty of your government to do, which you pay for. You pay taxes. It's like, I take pay, because in Norway, they will not pay me cash in my hand, they put it in my account. Then I take my ATM bank card and go to the ATM machine, I put it there, I say, give me $100. They give me $100, start clapping for it. Oh, thank you, ATM machine. Thank you, like the ATM machine can get and go work for me in the morning. I get and go work. I just go there to take my money off. So when government connect one line, they screw one line, put one leg boy there, you're clapping for them. This is your damn money that you're paying. This is why you're paying for, why you pay taxes to you got property. You market.
And that's why you employ the men for.
Every day.
That's the reason you employ the men.
Yeah, what? So, I just want to, wrap up by saying, I'm coming back on the show and just picking up something. So, I just want to say that these people, they are failed in every way possible. The president is silent, the government is silent on everything. Drug camp, they're silent on it. People in favor of our country, they're silent on it. So, what I just made a statement, they all ran behind, they moving. Send the move again. Has the Guinean left? No, the Guinean have not left. They are still there. So this government is just a failure, but they don't want to admit. And the blind Liberian people, I'm sorry to say this, mentally blind Liberian people, they will sit there and see all these things happen. Time for election, they will go vote again. And then
The blind Liberian people are everywhere. And we saw right here in Euro flag go and bring somebody to be the keynote speaker at how they call it in Belgium. Somebody who was knocking their chest say, oh yeah, they were going to kill the federal librarian. Anybody Minister for Internal Affairs? The video is there. I got a video here. I'm going to send the video so you play it. The man was knocking his chest say, oh yeah, you kill federal librarian. And the man they brought here to Brussels to come address librarian. How dare you bring that kind of person to Europe here to come address librarian? Humanly, who Joseph Bakatiano, nephew or cousin or whatsoever. Then you talking about, oh yeah, you sitting in Europe, you want Labrador to change? Seriously, you want Labrador to change? And you bring somebody to Europe, yeah, who are talking about killing. Let me say the video so you play, man, please, brother Paul. So you play the Himalaya
No,
video
my
when they
man,
brought to
those two
Belgium.
are, let's go on our topic. Don't can't change out. Let's talk about the
Oh
thing
my
here.
man.
Yeah, because
Yeah. So the Prince Johnson, let me come back to
no,
the
I
topic.
want I want you
Okay.
bring something other you link the Prince Johnson on.
Okay, okay,
And this
okay.
is what I'm gonna put up here, then you can actually talk about the Prince Johnson. We got it on this because if Jojo, we started with Jojo,
Yeah.
if Jojo is innocent of this situation about the
Yeah.
drugs thing, why is it Jojo cannot call a press conference and tell the people that he got no dealing with them and give the country hope that yeah, it's not him? Why should the Colombians single him? Now he the only child for Joseph Barker. Joseph Barker got all the children, but why Jojo? From the
Exactly.
beginning of this government, people been seeing it in Liberia that Jojo is involved in drugs. That song been going for years now.
Yeah.
This is their third year in government. So why is it the Colombians pointing finger at him? And if these people are pointing finger at Jojo, it's concerning that the president house is now know a word of the drug situation in Liberia. And we are seeing that is this the reason why Joseph Barker is silent because it's not for in his living room?
They have fallen
And
on his lap. Yeah.
if this fall on Joseph Barker's lap and he's not talking to the nation, and then we asking police director Gregory Coleman, who they sacked his deputy a few days because why he received $10,000 and blah blah. So we were asking that Gregory Coleman be sacked. Now the whole security apparatus now we've been told the DEA, the John Security, all of them here in the cookie jar regarding this drug matter. And President Barker's son is in it now. Then it means President Barker himself here is in the cookie jar.
Himself is involved.
Yeah. This is the heartbeat of the whole thing. And Liberians are sitting there. The president took oath to defend and protect the nation. For years, his own town have been seized by Guineans. That's failure. The drugs thing fall on his lap. He have not said anything. So what is the protection that he's giving us Liberian? Mark, you can go to the rest and explain about the Prince Johnson, and all of them. What you want to say? I'm here to listen to you.
My brother, you couldn't have put it any better or have said it any better. And this is where the Liberian issue are called outrage to the Liberians. As I said to you, Liberians supposed to be in the street. First of all, from the Guinean border, something. Liberians supposed to know that this man is, how they call it, incompetent or protecting them what he signed up for, what they employ him to do. He cannot protect the Liberian because the Guinean being on our territory for going to almost 5 to 6 months
6 months.
soon. 6 months pretty soon. The Guineans are on our territory. So the man cannot provide all the protection that he talked about, be it through diplomacy or through military means. He cannot protect us. He lacked the spine to protect us. Then turn around, you got $500 million. Okay, if that thing is refined, it's almost billion. You're talking about the Liberian GDP. Okay, almost the Liberian GDP you're talking about for people to bring such quantity of cocaine into the country, and you stay here, you silent. And then two, they talk about your son, where you're supposed to have press conference. Your son supposed to have press conference and how the colleagues say and tell the Liberian people that he's not involved and call for how they call it speedy investigation. But again, I want to go to how they call it this national security director person that want to act like he's how they call it an angel from hell, not knowing he's a fiend from hell, evil from hell. The reason why I say he's an evil from hell because this man he been how they call it I think chief of staff, right? Honor George Weah. From chief of staff, they take him to go to where? They take him to go to national security. Now, You were in the army, trained by the American, and you serving as chief of staff for 6 years, the Georgia administration, where you have the G2, okay, the G2 division in the army, and you got other, how they call this, unit in the army. You want to tell me, say, you as chief of staff in the country and drugs been coming into Liberia from the early administration time, and as a trained security personnel by the American, not to say by any, how they call this, funny group, okay? You want to tell me, say, you never heard about drugs coming in the country? The Georgia, up to the Georgia administration, and then you went under the Walker administration, they appointed you as NSA director. You want to tell me, say, you never heard about drugs coming in the country again? I asked the question. So that means if the man can tell the Liberian people that he know nothing, he got no idea, this man is now worth to serve as, how they call it, say, NSA director. And he's a bold-faced liar. If Prince Johnson would tell the Liberian people that, oh yeah, it's his first time hearing about drugs, that's a lie. Every one of them, they are involved. And then to, had it been Mr. Cummings administration, and I'm someone in the Cummings administration, I'll be calling for the whole security apparatus to resign. And then to even the Minister for Internal Affairs to also resign, because the Minister of Internal Affairs also sit on the board of the National Security. So these people, you're going to sit in the country for over 12 years. Drugs been coming in the country, and you know, and we are not talking about $50,000 drug, $10,000 drug. No. But when somebody smoke marijuana, you're impressing the person. When somebody had to call this get 2-3 marijuana in the pocket, you're arrested, and you're running behind people and police officer and burning 2-3 packages of marijuana, where you get millions of dollars of cocaine coming in the country to disturbing our human resource capital, that is destroying it. So Prince Johnson is not
Mark,
innocent, brother Paul. Yeah.
Mark, why you going? Let me ask you, why you going behind the security, how they call it, NSA boss? The snake hair, the drop fall down on his lap. Jojo Burka, President Burka, so and fall on the lap. The Colombians said the drugs were in Burka house. La Brempo not do nothing. This is a government that came and lied to you that they created 70,000 jobs. And you know it's a lying government. Then now so all of them are liars.
Yeah, no, brother Paul. I mean, yes, brother Paul. I do agree with you. Every one of them are liar, because now it's like the patient is sick. There's no doctor you can trust for treatment. Okay, the first branch of government that's supposed to be mustering the courage to say, okay, we're setting up a special counsel to investigate the president and his family. Also, there are people who are in the first branch of government that are involved. So exactly as you say. So who are we going to run to now? Where are we going to turn to?
It left with the citizen.
Except the citizen.
Yeah.
And the citizen, as I told you, they are autopilot. They are on autopilot. The citizen.
Okay.
For example, our dear brother Alfonso asked the question: what is the chief of staff, how they call this, supposed to do at RIA again? I'm not talking about RIA, brother Alfonso. The idea that this man served as chief of staff, from chief of staff to NSA director. This man supposed to know the how they call this, the link between the drugs cartel and the Liberian people. That's why he's at the, how they call it, NSA, National Security Director. That's why he to that position. And he been to that position, but I appointed him for 2 years, and drugs continue to come in the country from 19 million to 10, how they call it, to 10 tons of cocaine. My dear brother Alfonso, then you asking the question, National Security Director?
Brother Mark, let me put it this way. The Colombia sent their foot soldier to give warning to the country called Liberia. And they didn't say the entire country. They said Joseph Numa Barker son, Jojo. They gave him 2 million. They took 10 tons of cocaine. And out of that 10 ton, 4 of the 10 is then seized by the government. They ask a question, where is the remaining 6 ton?
6 ton.
Now, you talk about the NSA. Isn't the NSA supposed to be calling Jojo in for investigation? Because
Exactly,
it
for
has been
investigation.
mentioned? This
The
is the
name has
point
been
I'm making.
mentioned.
Yeah, because
But
what
that's why I
happens
say,
if
Prince
they,
Johnson, every one of them, brother Paul, you
if
must
they're
say the
coming
same
after
song.
the first family? This is where the security now supposed to take this matter very serious. That
And
look,
that's the work of the National Security Director
yeah.
and along with
So
the Justice Minister.
and we're not seeing any more. Jojo should be on a serious investigation now, because if they're coming for Jojo, they're not coming for Jojo. They're coming for the first family, and we set it down plain. Oh, because we support somebody. If the person wrong one back then, no, that's what we're saying here. That the NSA, all the security, the joint security, they need to work now and be finding out. Jojo tell us the truth. If anything will sweep it under the carpet, what's going wrong, so we can get the people that are drugs. Because they're coming after Joseph Barker, not Jojo. Think on it. They know Joseph Barker's son is protected by the state. So if they're coming after him, they're
Oh
coming
yeah,
after Joseph
that's
Barker.
first family. I
That
mean,
first
but
family.
brother Paul, these guys they show the Tuareg guy with he took picture with the late had they call it a Grispe. Okay, this guy took picture with the late Grispe, who was how they call it Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. My own countryman or counterman from Sano County. You understand? May his soul rest in peace. Now, where did the money come from? This $10 million that built the palace in Lofa County, for which Joseph Barker been lying, diabolically lying to the Liberian people that, oh yeah, this project is how the God say is being built by ECOWAS. And one ECOWAS member state cannot come out to say, oh yeah, we are funding this project. The first thing Joseph Barker lie and say, the man is a bold-faced liar. When Joseph Barker is lying, then he close his eye like he's sleeping. Then his voice can be so dull. You will know that Joseph Barker is lying like thin from hell. You understand? So he took picture with Grace Pay, and then two, they built the 10 million. Could it be the $10 million come from the drugs money, Brother Paul? And if not, okay, can the finance ministry produce, how do you call it, the disbursement of this $10 million a year? We, the finance ministry, can come out to say, yeah, the finance ministry produce the money, because no government agency beside the finance ministry, I mean, let me not say no, beside the finance ministry and the national bank, or can the national bank come out to say, oh, or from the NPA director come out to say they produce that $10 million and let us see the version of that $10 million? No, but the palace that was built in Lofa County is drugs money, Brother Paul, until they can come out
The
to
thing,
tell
the
up.
thing is, now you see, because when people now giving information the right way, anyone can come up with. See, so you see the situation I will face with now, that the drug situation have overshadowed everything in Liberia, have overshadowed the situation with the Lofa, the Guinea border. You see where we heading, because we know everybody compromise. So you have a valid point here. Is that where the money come from? That's a question people will be asking, because if you cannot say where the money came from, you say, well, Mano River Union Project to host a peace talk. Guinea people who sort of be part of the Mano River came and invaded your country. Up to now, Mano River have not summit to have a summit on a situation to resolve that problem. Then we people now can say anything they want to
Look,
say.
Brother Paul, people don't know the danger they're in. Joseph Barker is taking private jet here and there, flying from here and there. Don't people the money, don't put the drugs you take in Liberia. You sit in Liberia and you have some of you people got no idea when it comes to these kind of how to call it, nasty group that you involve yourself with. Because these are very nasty group, worse than terrorists, that can do anything. People can just put a bag on a suitcase, okay, on a plane and just destroy your life. So if you guys know what you know, you're telling what these people think peacefully so that you can live peacefully. because these guys, they will not relent and they will not rest. They're not coming attack the whole country, Liberia. No. So for me, I don't give a rat. Why you people get involved and embarrass our country is what is so disturbing to me.
Well, so the way the drugs thing works, right? If the drugs cartel, their their competitor found out that Liberia now have this so-called drugs that is sitting now 6 tons sitting now somewhere, their competitor too will want to go in there to find out where they can put their hand on the system. So is Liberia now going to tend to the situation in Haiti that you will have people fighting over drugs in Liberia? Is this where we heading? This is serious. I mean, the drugs people, you don't joke with them. This is getting serious. And the fact is, they gave a warning to the country. That video that is circulating, people taking say, "Oh, that they're fake." It's not a fake video. If people take that for joke, we are in a serious, serious trouble. That our children will be going to school in Liberia. If people start shooting and people start running all over, you know where gunshot come from. This is where we headed, because some of the security people too, because they are here in a cookie jar, they could be in a necklace. Somebody just go open some kind of fire on them. The assassin, people start. So all of these things, if you put them together, these guys does not understand how the drugs people operate. If they want their money, they will go for their money. If you refuse to give their money, they will start doing things in the broad daylight that Liberia have not seen before.
But
This is serious.
the reason even that some of us are talking about this particular drug today, if to say they were not in the seat, and you understand, of our first office, we wouldn't have give a rat. If to say they were not into, how they call it, they were not the Joseph Walker was not sitting at the top of our how do you call it, presidency, that bring embarrassment to the presidency. If they were into their private life and they were involved with drug business, Librarian won't give a damn about that. Then a day and the drug cartel will be operating on our stuff. They will be talking our stuff. But we are compelled to talk because they are sitting in the seat of our presidency. And that's what makes us to talk. The news is everywhere now in Europe and all over the world. Even the Chinese, they are talking about the drugs being discovered in Liberia. The Korean, the Russian, every country talking about the drug being discovered in Liberia. So we have the right to talk about it. It is an embarrassment to our presidency. It is an embarrassment to the institution.
So Alfonso says something. He asked a direct question, and I want to address this because if you look what he said here, you have no proof the first family is dealing with drugs. Nobody said the first family is dealing with drugs. Look at what
But Alfonso, not
Africa
listening to you.
reported here. The video we have here, the Colombians, they gone for Joseph Barker Jr. He is the first family. I don't know what first family means. If your child who live with you, they coming after the child, you part of the child, not part of that first family, Alfonso. This is where they have figured out, say this is Jojo Barker, Joseph Barker Jr. were given $2 million, and they had an agreement that they sent 10 tons of cocaine into Liberia, and that 10 tons, four tons of that 10 were seized by the government, and the guys that were arrested, they want them released, and they want their money, they want their cocaine back. So they actually addressing the first family, my dear brother.
Brother Paul, the other day we were on a show and talking about has Liberia become how to call it, a distribution center. You understand? Now, these people, we never knew about the how they say extra 6 ton, right? They only arrested 4 ton. So who is distributing the rest of the 6 ton, and where is the 6 ton? You understand? We are seeing projects being going on in Liberia here and there. Where is this money coming from? They went to Buchanan a few days to put a light in Buchanan. How was that project financed? The how do you call it? Say, he going to how do you call it? Say, one other ceremony, I think somewhere in Lofa County, going to cut the ribbon in Lofa County. Where was that? Where is that money coming from? Who approved that particular project? You understand? So is it possible that somebody is selling drugs and giving free cash here and there?
I mean, this thing is serious, and people overlooking it. So, Lifo, welcome back to the show. And I was just addressing the situation. Alfonso, I guess you're a strong supporter of Unity Party, maybe, but when something is wrong, something is wrong. We must not always just back when somebody doing something. Joseph Burka Jr. were accused by the Colombians. They made a video, which is not a fake video, that Jojo.
Brother Paul, we're not hearing you. You muted, Brother Paul. You mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now. Yeah,
Oh,
now. Yeah.
okay. Sorry, Limpo, welcome back to the show. I was just addressing the situation with where Alfonso is saying that we have no proof that the first family is involved. But how come the Colombia are going after Joseph Burka's son, Junior, that they gave money? It's not us saying it, we're not alleging, it's based on the video that the Colombia are going after and they want their money and they want the drugs. They sell it. That video is not fake video. So they have all the apps that you can even take that video on. If you want to try any of the AI app, just ask AI whether the video is fake. AI will tell you, say no. The video is genuine video. So there's nothing fake about it. The fact is that they're going after Jojo. They're going after
Okay,
the
but
first family.
I think
Yeah.
let me just chime in on what uh, Alfonso is saying. Alfonso, we are not responsible for you coming on the show late. We appreciate you coming late, but we are not responsible for you coming late. From the start of this show, I clearly mentioned and I give a disclaimer that this video, the Borderline Liberia discussions, has not gone to laboratory to prove this video false or true. This video is trending. Yes, some of our members are RT literate. They've background check the video and there is some authentication about this video. But we as a platform have not done that. But because the video is trending and everywhere on the internet for that matter, probably you are not being following. So it is not us accusing the first family. It is not us fabricating story. We are hoping, I said it many times before I even left, that we are hoping that it's not true. Because if it is true, it will give a bad image to our country. But for you to think that we have the burden of proof to go and prove, yes, they say accuser. So you should be asking the Venezuelan, the Colombian.
Colombians.
Yeah, not us. We are just the messenger. We are just saying what we saw. And we always give this disclaimer that most of what we discuss here are things that you, the viewers, have seen, read, or you are even part of. But we just giving it our own opinions. So that does not make it our own creation. So we're sorry that you came late and you didn't get the disclaimer. So
Man, do you know how embarrassing it is when they accuse your first family that run the affair of your country of possession of drugs? Do you know how embarrassing it is?
We are not accusing the first family. And we are like I said, we are hoping that it's not true. But with this video, unless you, Alfonso, can go and do a background check, verify this video and come and say, look, this is counter.
The video is true, Alfonso. You can.
No, but that is Linford import. That's the problem with a lot of unity partisans. Now, instead of counter arguing and to prove their point, they have not gone to even investigate the video, but they are just on the social media spraying out of nonsense on the social media. Let them take their time and go evaluate the video like Brother Paul is saying. Let them go investigate the video. Let them go for authentication. But one thing I
Okay,
want to
so
say
let's
is that
let's say welcome.
the American are going to get involved, and once the American, the Interpol, they get involved, they are going to carry on forensic investigation. They need anything X, Y, Z. Yeah. They'll carry forensic investigation. They will check people overseas savings, how you got the money into your account, even your account in Liberia, what kind of work you doing, how you buy this car, how you build your mansion. They will do forensic investigation. And at the end of the day, where coffee drink water, you must no credit living there.
Mark, you
Yeah,
gone far. Let me before leave for the NSA in Liberia. If the Colombians say they get 2 million to Jojo, that money have come through some sort of way to get into an account. Why can't they just do that investigation to prove this thing that is wrong that the Colombian the Guardian received 2 million? The people gave the figure say we get 2 million. It's there. So call this guy. The police
exactly.
should be
You yourself,
knocking
you
on his
can,
door.
you
They
yourself,
sort of investigate him. Whether he have the 2 million that the people talking about.
no, but Brother Paul, you yourself can provide evidence against yourself. The man can
Exactly.
go and bring all his bank statement, all the places that he get bank account. He can come with a
Exactly.
bank statement to say, look, these are my bank statement. I got no idea about what they are talking about. And here is my balance account with, how do they call it, GT Bank. Here's my balance account with, how do they call it, this other bank. That's what you need to do. Provide
So
evidence against yourself.
let's welcome some of our viewers, the new ones that are just joining, or let's welcome Afonso Taylor as usual, and Pataki Zenatu is also a member of this platform, and not forgetting Emmanuel
Uh,
Sonega Giapu, as well as
some,
Vivian Joseph.
some,
All of you are
somebody,
welcome.
but of course,
All of
somebody
you are
put us
welcome.
something interesting who say they are Spanish speaker. I want us to read
That's
this.
one of our produce our members on this platform will
Okay.
is that the
As a
regular
Spanish speaker, I
Atlantic.
noticed that the video contains some profanity commonly used by native speakers. AI should never use this kind of language. You see? Exactly.
That was
And the unity partisan, they will not take their time to go and how to call this, investigate the video. But
No,
they
you
just
see,
be
no,
talking
hey, nobody
nonsense,
will investigate themselves.
my sister Grace said.
Nobody, you can't invest, you can't shoot yourself in the leg. So the people know the truth. The United Party people. I'm not talking about the Baple ones who are walking in the street and will go walking in the people water and campaign time to vote the vote when they finish with them. But the mean ones, the I listened to a video by Mo Ali where he was talking, oh, the country is doing well because we celebrated July 26th. You see how stupid this sound? I'm sorry to say, but it sounds stupid. This is the first time that I hear somebody say, every year, even when we were fighting war, the 14 years of war, people are still celebrating July 26th. So what makes it quite different from this one? Or you say that Mo Ali is in government for the first time and then he went to Bikena. No, sometimes they make people to say things that you're not supposed to say. But that sounds stupid. But again, like I was trying to say, this video, we need to,
Amen.
I think the government needs
I
the
don't
government
envy
needs to
Mo Ali.
pursue several means. If the government can use, because they are very good at diplomacy, they say people saying that to our border instead of them using any other means, they say they using diplomacy. So let them go contact the nearest Colombia embassy and let's see if this video will even. I mean, no, it's so good this time that you can visit the cloud. You can trace this video, the origin. Was it made in Colombia? Where it came from? There's nothing difficult about this. But for them to continue to deny and make it seem like people are sitting down here and get writing story, or somebody went and dress their Colombia and speak like that. So what does it profit anybody or any Liberian for that matter to go and want to implicate Jojo? No. But again, like I said, Liberian people, we don't see danger. We don't look beyond our noses. We sit down right here. We can't hear move from there. We can't hear no man. You tell us, say,
You know,
walk in the
Brother for the thing is so embarrassing, man. Even at work today, okay, some of my colleagues, they just came to me and flashed me in the telephone. Mark, have you seen this? Mark, do you have any idea about this in your country?
no,
Almost
Alfonso
$1
Taylor,
billion.
Alfonso Tele,
No,
it won't be difficult
Linfa,
to
we can respond. Linfa, we can respond
nobody
to
is
these people
saying
there.
Major, give me the mayor is stay attacking or even the comment the people who wrote their own comment. Nobody is saying this video is true. You we agree it's not true, but then you two go and do your background check and bring it. It's not sufficient for you to deny it. What we need right now, what you need, what we need, what everybody need is proof or the untrue thing. Say this video is not true. I have proven it. I've gone to AI.
So
I've found out.
Linfa,
Yeah, but
Linfa,
brother Linfa, what I wanted to say is
I did
that
a search on the video. The video is true. The video is true. It's not
If I
AI
still want to
generated
discredit
video.
the platform, in
Yeah,
as
so the
much as
video is
we are
true.
taking, we are making a
Alfonso,
disclaimer,
yeah,
doesn't mean that we are afraid.
the
We are not
video is
afraid,
true.
or we are just trying to play the neutral role.
yeah, but
We are saying
that's the man's opinion. You
Yeah.
cannot
So
you
he
cannot
said
overrule
the
the
video
man's
is not true.
opinion.
That's fine, but the
That's
video
the
is
man's
true.
opinion.
But now the
yeah,
danger
but I'm
in
giving
the
my
thing
opinion
is,
too. That I let him go and do his research and come and say it's true or it's not true. Okay,
so the, so what I'm saying here, my fear, because if you live in a hostile environment, you know that drugs business, when the drugs people coming for that drugs money, they don't just forget, they'll go quiet, but they'll hit you hard. And this is the fear now because Jojo name have been mentioned. The Colombians say they want their money from Jojo. They want Jojo, the language they use, that you took our money, the language they use that they coming for you. We should not overlook it. This is where I keep saying that the NSA now need to call Jojo. They need to investigate him, whether it's true or not. Jojo should come clean. Because if not, we'll be sitting down one day and say, oh, this thing here, people were overlooking it, it fall
okay, but
on
Paul,
our
I have come
doorstep.
to. I mean, while we've been talking, I think we've been saying the same thing here. But right now, this particular moment, I have come to one particular decision that maybe I think I should play the don't care attitude because we are crying more than the bereaved. I mean, Jojo then their first family, the enjoyment as we talking, maybe they got sitting down somewhere drinking some cocktail, the enjoyment they enjoy, we can get it. Their children will never be, their great grandchildren will never be pulling my own. So why are we crying so much? If the guy know he 2 million, we talk about 2 million. If that guy got that money, you know what it means for your children and grandchildren and whatever. Why you and myself chasing $5, $10? Okay, so I think I will reach some point that my personal decision that I can play the don't care attitude. Let them sit down there. Well, when they come for them, they will not come for the whole Liberia. They're not coming for the whole Liberia. I was listening to you
But
guys
no,
when I
no,
was
no, no,
schooling.
no.
I
Although
heard
you
you
can
say
play the
something,
don't care attitude, but the image we've been talking about,
brother.
Liberian president. Listen, that your country, now
Yeah.
that in Liberian president's son, God forbid, I don't want to say, well, this is something bad happened because of drugs. It's not a good image. We can all play don't care attitude. That's the bottom line of it. It's not a good image for the country. That is going to the highest seat. The drugs cartel is now linked with the president of Liberia. It's not a good image. And for those supporters of United Party, this is what we're seeing. It's a bad image for the country. It's not like that Gafon's son, but it's the president's son. You see, on this program, we beat on George Weah when his son decided not to play for Liberia, but to play for America. We thought it was a bad image for the country. Same nothing today. That's what happened. Drugs in the president's house.
But yeah, okay, I
Mark,
agree. I agree.
that's it. That's how I see it.
No, I mean, Brother Paul, we the only reason, as I said to you, the only reason we're showing concern is because of the embarrassment it brings to our country. It's because of the embarrassment it brings to the presidency. The presidency doesn't belong to the Baka. It doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to you, Linford, or Brother Paul. The presidency belongs to we Liberia. And when somebody shit on our seat, or smell it, not one person smelling it. So that's the reason we are talking about it, the embarrassment, the idea, that the president's son is involved in a $500 million cocaine, how do you call it, drugs burst in Liberia. It is an embarrassment. You think a Jojo, how do you call it, was on his private line and say, oh yeah, they catch Jojo with, how do you call it, 2-3 kilo of cocaine. You think I will even read that post on the internet? No. But the people that occupy the presidency, my man, the first seat in our country. So that's why we are talking about it.
Yeah. Anyway, Linfo, let's move to the next topic here quickly before
Okay,
we,
or the next topic has to do with
wait. That's one thing else on the thing. It's President Barker. Why is he very silent? Why he can't talk to the people? Everything about him, he just quiet. But when journalists ask him questions, he have a way to check people up. But we have a serious crisis, two serious crises in Liberia: the border and the drugs. And he just gone quiet. So this is the concern. Why is the president
no.
quiet?
This president has 47 years experience in government plus 12 years. That's about 47 plus 2, that's 49 plus 10, that's 59 years. Then plus his own 3 years now uh, uh, as president. That's almost 62 years. I mean, just about my age. Okay, so is that so? His idea about government doubles my idea because you know. So he feels that okay, I'll be quiet. And I've always said something on this show. Liberian people will say, yeah, we will not vote for stranger. We know the other people, then the people who we know that one will vote for. And the people they know that people who have been in government, they've been recycling from a girl, you get one pair of shoes, you wear green trousers, you wear Latin shoes, you wear blue trousers, they've been recycling them from government to government, so they know all the loopholes in government, they know all the technicalities. So the same way you know these people, the same way they know you, they know what you need. You Liberian, I'm talking to you. They know what can satisfy you. They know how to treat you. So this old man said, no, in the first place, they asked the man about his country concern. He said, I don't know what he said. I leave you with them, or you forget about now, or something like that. And the other one, he called the diasporas.
He said that the business.
Yeah, he said that our business. The diaspora Liberian, he called them barking dogs. So you see, the old man knows us. He know who Liberians are. So people came to the country with arm. They say that there, nothing happening. In Keta, his information minister came and said, if you think that we're not doing anything, let's arm you, you go fight the people. Can you imagine? Who will say this thing? No sensible people will say this kind of thing. But such are the people they are. Because they know us Liberians. They know that we can't do anything. We are toothless. We just talk. Now we're talking. We the diaspora, we see the three of us that we're just barking. Like I said, enjoying someone, it's little people, man, they will not do nothing, they will just talk. See? So maybe that's the reason why he's silent. We're not doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. We just talk. From here, we go sleep. April, we go out. We come back in. We talk. So
Yeah, but
why would you want to bother about people like us that don't do anything?
Yeah, but that's the thing where I reason we better learn from what he's saying, and we are not united, and we get this party, had could say affiliation or sentiment or membership above our country. Because if we were together, for example, and this president had could say doesn't have respect for Liberian both home and abroad, and most especially the people in the diaspora calling them dogs and stuff. If we were together and put aside the party business, the first thing we'll start testing the screw, okay, in the diaspora. Start testing the screw, communicating with our various countries where their embassy even at to not get a dime, okay? For example, the European, we are Liberian living in Europe, and many Liberians are European citizens, and we send money back home. And the idea that the man looking at oil and call us dog, for example, we talk to one or two institutions, and the next thing, the millions of dollars that the European taxpayer sent to Liberia, we the dogs, our money also inside because we pay taxes. We start taking those screws there, He will never use that language to call us dog. But the idea, yes, some of us we party, belong to Unity Party, I belong to CDC, so we don't give a rat. This man is a how they call it, a born crook. For 40 years, the man being in power, the man cannot show nothing in Labrador. The 40 years he be in power. The man is an agriculture specialist. For 40 years, the man being in power, the man cannot show pepper farm as an agriculture specialist. For 40 years, the man being in power. 12 years, you were vice president. The man was making almost
Your man, your
2 point something
family,
million
mommy,
dollars. The
your man, your
$5
family,
million dollars.
mommy.
My brother Linford, the man got fined, but me no, don't make me laugh, man. The man found where they go out the CDC, former CDC, how they call it, agriculture minister. They asked the man on Judah Jet Radio, my man, you get fined. He said, yeah, I get my small garden behind my house. Oh, from you go see Joseph. Have you seen Joseph got fined? Okay, as a former agriculture minister, this man was vice president who belittled himself to tell you that the man is a born crook, was living on Stanton Witherspoon. If Stanton Witherspoon doesn't buy a ticket for Joseph Walker to travel to go do a bad, to go change his battery, he won't get
man,
anywhere.
President now.
Henry Costa.
let me come in defense
You
of the
mean a
man.
president now?
Yeah, brother Paul, come here.
And we don't investigate people before we do things. The man was vice president for 12 years. In that position, you don't touch your salary. And he told you, say he was living on loan. And Liberian bought the idea that the man who served for 12 years, after he retired, the government of Liberia still gave the president, the vice president salary. And he telling you he on loan, and your Liberians, your bought it. So you can't blame him. It's just the mindset of we Liberians, because we see somebody lying to us, we accept it. What can you do? That's what happened.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
see,
Labrador. They said the man was being honored. Yeah, brother, go ahead. They said the man was being honored to say, oh yeah, he living on loan. How the hell you get your content to somebody who say they were living on loan? But Linford, it's not like you living bread with rat. It's like you living bread with rat for the bread for the rat to manage bread.
the place where the Liberian people were not smart, number one. The first clue was that President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf literally, this man was like a ball or a balloon that is deflated. No air was in him, totally, so to speak, idiomatically.
There you go.
Okay? So, this man is sitting down on the checkerboard. And Ellen Johnson having had problem with all of the political parties in Liberia, it was on time now for her to come to power. St. Taylor was out of the picture. He can't go to NPP because they will not accept her. He couldn't go to NDP, or she was beyond to NDP, was not surviving anyway. So the dead United Party, because all parties in Liberia are associated with people. When Edward Bianca died, United Party also died. The dead United Party was the one that Ellen Johnson tried to pick up to revive. But then the question is, who can I get from Lufa to get his support? So Joe Walker is sitting now on the checkerboard, and somebody pinched Ellen. Maybe you can use Joe Walker. You know that guy who used to be agriculture minister. You were also the NPMC. Then Ellen said, "Oh yeah, Joe."
Man, the man was forward.
Joe myself, you see them together. You know, you go call Joe, man. When the king, the man pushing the sea, man, wiggle hair. So they say, somebody want to see you. We'll get a message for you. When they told him, he started sweating. So he told her your way. Then when he started, he said, "Katumu." Somebody told me the story. I just so I know if I'm so coming for him, but somebody told me the story, and I'm quoting the person. Say they say Ellen call me. Say but for what so? Say I know. Say but Joe, just go and know her before. Yeah, just go and yeah. So you man dress quickly. They carry him in the air conditioner car. He was still sweating when he put him down. When Ellen told him the thing, he almost collapsed. He said, "Okay, Ellen, I agree." And he was acting humble as usual. You're making humble. So he made acting humble, and Ellen brought him to life. Made him vice president for 12 years. And this man would look at Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and tell Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that she packed him as a race car, meaning he had a potential, but he was packed. My friend, you, Joe Walker, as vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Jeremiah Kun is.
Then for your mic.
You muted Linford.
Then for your mic,
Oh, God. All my
Yeah,
good thing I'm
now,
talking
yeah.
about anything. All my good thing when
Yeah,
anything.
you can,
Yeah,
my
okay,
man,
so
you not can say you can rewind.
yeah, okay, I read one. You, brother Joe Baka, Pape, our own Pape Joe Baka, President Joe Baka, your Excellency, you in government all of years, you know the vice president is the president of the Senate. The vice president, according to yourself, you the last person to say when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf after all the cabinet minister meeting when you are the last two people, which is the right thing to be done. So how can you come and tell the Liberian people that you were packed like a race car? And he used
Yeah.
that word race car to connotate that he had a potential, but he was not used. Lie on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And at some point, when some of the good things about Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration come, Boaga can share the glory. But when the bad one can say, no, our pack like race car. No, let's oh man, he's so corny. And this is the thing that I
Very,
get to
very
me.
corny, my man. Very, very corny.
When he pretends to be, I mean, this is our president, and if we cannot talk to him, then we can't talk to nobody because he is in charge of our country. If we cannot talk to Joe Baka like I'm doing now, you would like it. You will like it because, Mr. President, you like it resign. You are our president, and we take all our burden, we pull it on you. All our responsibility is on you. That's why we pull the country on your head. So we'll
My
talk.
man,
We
we're
are
not
back to talk. We'll
insulting
talk.
Joseph Baka. Yeah, Joseph Baka is a
So,
diabolic liar.
Mr.
The man's a
President,
liar.
do not
The
lie.
man a
You
lie.
lie to the Liberian people that you are
The man
Baka,
a
you are not
lie.
Baka. But because you are not potentially active, that's why Ellen Johnson did not use you
Yes,
most of the
Joseph
time.
Baka who say man was
Okay?
cripple. Yeah, a
And the
cripple man
Liberian
walk from
people,
Sierra
yeah,
Leone
and
to
the Liberian
Liberia.
people, if they were smart, they'll know the reason why Ellen Johnson, her own vice president, she did not support him in the first election. Okay, after her. Liberian people disregarded that. This president comes and says you are living on loan. Hey man, vice president, so all your money you're getting, what you're doing, you can't tell you have the budget for group of 79. And if you go
My
to the
man,
group of
maybe the
79
mail,
building, it's
maybe the
still
mail,
leaking.
maybe the man. I had say maybe you,
Yeah, my but don't make me forget my thought, man.
maybe cooking feeding the man money.
So you are group of you had a budget for group of 79 even until you became president. The group of 79 during the rule was still leaking because there was a journalist who were there and brought the pictures. Then you say you can get money, and if you go to a group of 79 as it people,
Yeah, that
they
was
say
a
you get money.
fiasco. That was a fiasco project you were
So,
taking care of.
Okay,
Linford and
so
Mark.
fast forward, you are president now, and then things are happening in your country now. What who will we be now? Lufa, your own country, I mean your own country is under attack. You're not doing nothing. Your own country is under attack. So what you say? Eh? Now you are
My
in the
dear
power
brother
seat. All
Alfonso,
the
people
race
can look
card,
at
all the
Donald
tires
Trump and
under
tell
you. Your
Donald
engine is
Trump.
correct. You get all in you now. So your country is under attack. And 6 months, 7 months, nothing happening. What you say? Okay, number one. Number two, you promise to fight government. I mean, fight your government to fight what corruption, corruption power. That part of your corruption get un office in there. Okay. Number two, you get drugs everywhere in the country. Now, what you here you go, Papi? We know what to say, man. You can make also
My
now.
man, why you making the thing sound the drugs in the paper house according to the Columbia drug cartel? Why you making the thing sound like
Alfonso, people can Donald Trump people. No, that they Alfonso man will keep out of that. If people can tell Donald Trump stupid and who is Joseph Baga?
oh,
If
Oh
Joseph
man,
Baga is
it's
a
not
crook, we
Mark,
can tell
Mark,
we can tell Joseph Baga is a Joseph
Linford said
Baga.
something here.
Yeah, bro. Linford, sorry, man.
Linford
The
said
man
something
can't
here.
with Joe Baga, yeah, Joe Baga. I think that.
Linford talked about
Yeah, go ahead,
the
brother Paul.
border. And then
Yeah.
he forgot that the drugs now, according to the Columbia, is in Joseph Baga house. They want them. They want
Yeah.
them. So you see, this is just embarrassing.
You
No,
know,
brother Paul, the thing is
I want to say
embarrassing, my
something.
man.
I listen to you and Mark. I want to say something. If you don't know that Ellen Johnson decided to destroy Liberia during the war, say you bring the country, you bring the executive marshal, now will beat it. And she decided to bring the tribal thing. That's why we end up with Joseph Barker. Joseph Barker is a
Very
very
tribalist.
corny old man. Most people don't know. He graduated from high school in Sierra Leone. He graduated from Kenema High School, came to Liberia, and went to CWA. So it's the only president in the world, the only person that have 2 high school diplomas. Most Liberians don't know this. He's naturally he's a corny pape, and when we didn't know that he graduated from Kenema High School until he became president, he went to visit his high school. Then the executive marshal website The information stayed there. He visited his alma mater. Now, you're seeing the thing here. I just want to put this one published. This was from, you see that? It was on the executive mansion website. You see the school local on there that the president want to visit alma mater. So, when, what year he graduated from Kenema before he went to CWA? So, all that one. Now, this criminal guy called Obed that supported CDC that lied on Mr. Cummings in 2017 during the election. Obed came across this newspaper article I'm going to put up from Sierra Leone. You see the newspaper is almost a daily observer. Awuka. Awuko newspaper. It reported that Joseph Barker built a $20 million estate in Freetown. Today, nobody have challenged this thing when Obed put it up during 2017. So when he was vice president, how can this man be on loan and all of this information associated with him?
What happened to that Laza talker? Where is he there?
I don't know. The reason why Liberians don't do their due diligence, this is why we end up with the old man. The old man has charmed away quietly and deceived people in a way, and people accepted it. Ellie did not recommend Joseph Barker to the Liberian because she knew his potential.
Brother Paul, where the old man is very smart, and the old man, if possible, I'll gain a title. The old man is the best crook in the country. Just imagine the old man was able to crook these two con guard that feel that they're so smart, they're all Liberian. Henry Costa and Stanton Waterspoon, and leave them in the middle of the water, get to say Hammer, Odessa, how do you say?
But he did it with Prince Johnson. Y'all see smartness?
My man, the old man is very smart. The old man is smart. The old man used Stanton Waterspoon and Henry Costa, get somebody using fluoride. And later on, let the two begin in the middle of the water. Today to the Stanton Waterspoon, I can't remember. Today to the Stanton Waterspoon, he crushed like something. The how they call it, Aaron Costa. The woman made Aaron Costa to turn to a mining man. How they call it, Aaron Costa doing mining by foot. He got small more for Aaron Costa to start go making coal from frustration.
Look. Before I want you to close on the thing with the last topic. The reason why I'm laughing, the old man is one of the most corny old men. The old man called Prince Johnson after Prince Johnson died. You don't see how corny he left the Prince Johnson on high. I would dance with the devil.
Even bought naked then the general of what is called a rescue. I mean,
the old man made better than you to be zipped today. You can't hear better than you.
Yeah, better than you there. The woman called in there. I mean, you know what Joseph Bagam and Joe Boy? You know what Joe Boy? The Pabera crook. Yeah, the Pabera crook, but live ring out the minutes. Live orange spot as well. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So, in the midst of all the hala, there is one man standing up and still feels that Liberia has not fallen. Liberia or Liberians should not give up. In the midst of all this invasion by Guinean troops, in the midst of all the drugs, halabalu, one message feels that there can be a solution, and that is institutional building. We build institutions. Like I said before, if you remember, that political parties in Liberia, especially political parties, they are not institutions. They are just some club that people come and assemble, and when their mission is achieved or not achieved, then they disband it and everybody go their way. That's how political parties have been operating in Liberia. For me, say what you need. The only political institution that I thought was in Liberia was the True Party, because this party ruled for a very long time. And because the boys knew what to do, the boys knew that this is their livelihood. The boys knew that this is how they will do. When I mean boys, I mean I'm just making it to sound harmonious. But the True Party people, they had an institution, okay? until the coup came. Since that time, that even the NDP that went through that, everything that, taking the MPP that nobody would have imagined with the kind of massive support that people had, that Taylor had around the country, that he won the election square 50.2%. Okay? And so the MPP died when Taylor left. Then we are king support of the youth, and the CDC is dangling like on one foot. They there, they turn around trying to build party headquarters and thinking about bringing whereby and all the kind of things. Okay, so no political institution that we can depend on in America or even in fact, we're going to America, right here, Ghana, they get APC, I think something like APC and MPP too. They get it there. They are two strong parties, okay, but not in Liberia. All the two talking when Boga move from there tomorrow, you will now hear anything about UP anymore. Okay,
Yeah. But
and
bro,
let me
Linford.
let you know that the UP
Okay.
you're hearing about today is not the Ellen Johnson selling UP. That UP is Joe Boga UP. Ellen Johnson selling UP gone. But Cummings is saying that all these things we need institutions. So let me get a real clip of the newspaper. And this is from the front page Africa, right? It says the Alternative National Congress political leader Alexander Benedict Cummings has used Liberia's 179th Independence Day celebration to call for sweeping institutional reforms. Sweeping institutional reform. Clear everything. Reform the whole system, warning that the country's independence will remain incomplete unless government strengthens the rule of law. Rule of law should be primary. Tackle corruption. Corruption should be total enemy to the higher and the lowest. And also restore public confidence in state institutions. What are those state institutions? The anti-grab institutions, like the LACC, political parties, the ruling political parties, those are state institutions. Okay. Then further down, let me read one more sentence and then we can discuss. Then further down, it says, true independence isn't about, I'm quoting here, this is in a quote, true independence isn't about speeches and parades. It is a time for honest reflection. You should reflect on what has been happening and what you envisage in that. And just trying to explain. Cummings wrote, Liberia was founded on the promise of liberty, justice, and opportunity for all. Yet, for too many of our market women selling under the hot sun and our youths searching for honest work and our families striving for a better life, that promise remains unfulfilled. So, in short, Mr. Cummings is calling for institutional reforms. Guys, do you think he's making sense here? Because you see, his Independence Day speech is not one of those ones that will try to, you know, attract accolades. That will try to attract, people to him, to praise him. He is hitting the raw facts. He's not there saying things that people want to hear. He is saying that all the independent things, the parade in Picana, the social of life, all the drinking and dancing and whatever, all that zero until we can reform our institutions in the country for the country to be strong. Rule of law should be strong. You should have corruption zero free in the country. You should have just total reform of the whole damn system. Mike.
And this is where I will go after my political leader. And before going after him, Brother Linford, this was in Front Page Africa that you read this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And here is my problem now. The our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our brothers, our uncles and stuff that are jobless in the country. The institution reform and building that Mr. Cummings is talking about, millions of them, okay, don't have access to Front Page Africa. Millions of them cannot buy the paper, not go on the website. So I wish Mr. Cummings would have done a video, okay, simultaneously, or as he was do I mean as he made this statement, in a newspaper, okay, as he write this thing in the newspaper, so that our mothers will see him doing live video and speaking the Liberian colloquial to them and talking about institution, because Mr. Cummings, nobody has spoken to the issue compared to Mr. Cummings when it comes to the country problem, when it comes to how we can get the country, because the country is not in the mud, but the country is in a quicksand. Okay, on a hanky on rope. And Mr. Cummings is saying how we can get this country from in a quicksand. The country is sinking. But he put these things in the newspaper instead of taking his telephone or somebody holding his telephone and he going live. And Mr. Cummings is the hottest cake in the country. Mr. Cummings don't need to call journalists from Front Page Africa, from Spoon Network, from how they call it, 50-50 radio. No. The idea when Mr. Cummings do a video clip, they will want to share it. Okay? They will want to share it. When Mr. Cummings do any video clip, nobody has spoken to the issue compared to Mr. Cummings. And even before the 2023 election, nobody has traveled the length of this country compared to Mr. Cummings. But Liberian people, they are so stubborn that the drugs are being in the air in Liberia that makes some of them, they can't reason. Because if Liberians were reasoning and looking for a good leader to take this country from the bad shape that the country is in, they would have gravitated to the side of Mr. Cummings than listen to somebody who's sleeping. 80-year-old man who cannot wake up from his bed straight. 80-year-old man, we in Europe here, we see what 80 in Europe where they get all the medical facility. 80-year-old man, further all the way, like the former, like the vice president said, an 80-year-old man wearing pampers. Then you're voting for Joseph Boakai, who eat 80 some more year old man. Joseph Boakai, man, it's possible he's older than Ellen. The man are man. The man is way young, older than Ellen. Then he said, oh yeah, Ellen are a big sister. To tell you how Joseph Boakai can lie. Yeah, bro, Paul, I stop here, man.
No, y'all leave my papa Joseph Boakai alone, I beg you. Because if you don't understand the papa story, y'all need to dig. Papa walked from 4 years here, he disabled mother to Morovia. And nobody, if you check the year he walked, he was 9 years old, based on his own calculation he gave. A 9-year-old child, baby, walked from 4 years to Morovia.
But by that
Think
time,
on
he
it.
already graduated from Kenneman High School.
Exactly. Yep. Y'all learn. And most people don't do their due diligence. So the old man, I done my homework on him long time. Because when I met him 2016, that's why I knew the papi was crook. But but Ellen said something to people in her gathering that the old man, he was lazy. And me, when he go to work, he a lazy person. So she didn't want to recommend a lazy person to the Liberian. And maybe Alfonso will say that one telling a lie, but I'm seeing this
My
in a
man, but a
gathering.
woman, no, I let Dabo. There
But
nothing I
that
can
will leave
praise
the man,
Ellen
the
for.
man's alive. Anyway,
That we were reasoning, but yeah, fast ago. That we were trying to tell the Liberian people that the man is already old. The man can do nothing.
he a
That's what I was
lazy.
telling the Liberian
Yeah.
people.
But anyway, Linford, and what Mark was saying that what Mr. Cummings should have done through radio, I think is tomorrow he will be appearing on a radio station tomorrow. 8 o'clock, between 8 and 10 tomorrow. He'll be talking to the nation as well, Mark. But Liberian people don't listen. This is the problem the country face. The one who telling you this is how I will solve your problem, they see that person as a threat. And I was watching Spoon Network the other day, and Sam Jackson was on it. He said something very profound that Liberia problem is America. He said most of them that come from America, they don't have a serious job, but they stick behind the political party. When they get to Liberia, they become ministers. They they were never supervisor in their area, never have good job,
Yes, there
and they
you go.
gave them the ministry to run. The ministry tend to drugs or center because they want to pay their quick mortgage in America. This is the problem Liberia faced with. And
There
bulk
you
of
go.
them will support the criminals to come to office. That's why
There you
Liberia
go.
is not going anywhere. So what
There
Mr.
you go.
Cummings is saying here, he being honest that we need reform. Joseph Braga came and said something to us. They arrest General, they get their big rule of law. He broke all the rules. I mean, so he just said that we need serious overhaul,
My
and
man,
he's right.
first
But
of all, the
do Liberian
government,
listen?
yeah, Mr. Cummings, honor Mr. Cummings, you will show what they call performance, how they call it, annual performance record, okay, of every government institution. And the institution that is not performing, while that institution is not performing, Mr. Cummings will make sure that he put the rightful person and the rightful kind of, how they call it, policy that need to govern that institution. And then two, Mr. Cummings is not somebody that going to beg America, the IMF, the World Bank for money. No, the money is right in the country, and this man know how to collect revenue and put the revenue to work. And these are things that these crooks, they don't want, because if Mr. Cummings come to power in Liberia, you will not go pay driver lesson to have somebody sitting at the counter. You will not go pay for passport with somebody sitting at the counter. No. All that money,
So,
the same system you get in Europe,
brother
yeah.
Mark,
Yeah,
brother
yeah,
Mark,
brother Paul. Yeah.
what all comments talk about is listed right here in the arrest agenda.
Mm-hmm. Agriculture,
It's
road,
agriculture.
rules of law, education,
Yeah, everything that he mentioned, the
sanitation,
house is there.
yeah, tourism.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is there.
Look at
So,
Burkina Faso. Burkina
all right,
Faso, a landlocked country. Okay?
I'll rest my case.
Look at Burkina Faso. They are feeding half of West Africa. Just imagine tomato, onion. And we sitting right there. We got a good land, but we still importing
No,
onion. We importing tomato. Do
brother
you know how
Mark,
many $1 million we spend for onion in our country?
brother Mark,
Yeah,
Liberia
brother Paul.
problem is not a small problem. They will sit and praise Abraham Traore, but say Joseph Barker, who 90 years old, decided to ride $1 million bulletproof car. They didn't get problem with that. The guy
No.
who getting $75 as a military salary is president with idea. They celebrate him. But the one who sort of be the wise man as they claim, the man with wisdom.
The man's making
This one who is,
$275 as a
yeah,
captain. That they want the best
as a
salary.
captain, and they want the young man
And now the
doing
salary
all
he's
of
still
these things.
taking now, even so he's president. And the
Yeah,
salary he's still
and
taking.
that old man who said even if I can ride wheelbarrow, decide to ride $1.1 million,
Joseph Barker is a
$1 million
bold-faced
car.
liar, guy,
So
boy.
tell
Look.
me, and you thought you see that old man, he's not truthful, he's not honest to what he tend to do. They get so upset, and that is the fact. They know the truth can really hurt. And when you
Look at your
support
agriculture
something,
budget.
man,
Your
I
agriculture budget. The agriculture
Reform.
specialist. Gentlemen, let's end this show, man.
You talking about budget? But again, I don't want to put this thing on our screen. But if you
What's
see
that?
the president bodyguard and the way they dress, it's like
Yeah,
somebody going to war front.
the men dress. The men dress. How they call it? Just like someone in the Delta
I
Force
see the men
unit.
dressed with gas mask and all this thing. And I mean, an auto-generating, like Sam, what the body is, Samuel Jackson. No, not Samuel Jackson. The other Jackson, the lawyer. Can say an auto-generating, and an auto-generating is somebody who is in the 80. The moment you enter your 80, you are auto-generating. So somebody who is 80 years old. I mean, for God's sake, nobody want to harm.
Levo, my old man, my grandfather, John Hall died at the age of 115 years old. I knew what grandpa was going through at a certain age. and you 80-year-old papi, you want Labrampo sit down there to come vote for you.
No, but
The
you get
man
meaning,
can
Mami.
barely,
My
the
Liberian
man can
president, people
barely, the
can't
man,
listen.
yeah, the Labrampo, the man can barely bear now to put his own slippers in the morning when he wake up. Somebody got to come hold his slippers to his feet before
Yeah,
he
that's why
push
he's
up his foot
president. You
inside.
know,
The
let
man
me
can barely go in the
let me just end
bathtub to, yeah,
let
bro,
me
Linford, man.
let me end the show with one parable. One old man used to tell us, he say, when you see baboon laying down on your man there, you must just consider your father. So when I ugly way, wow, just consider your father. So
Linford, get up from here.
so what we have now is our president. So let's just accept it. But what we're saying is that
Linford, you crazy.
let's just accept it for the next few.
I bet they are parable, yeah. They are parable. They are parable, yeah.
But the part that getting to me when they say the Omega going 24 years. I don't know, 24 years.
Oh, any
They
other
think
foodie man
24 years
can
are
do, I say
shocking.
Joseph Baga. Any other man, foodie man, the chairman of the party can do, I say Joseph Baga rule that bro forever.
So 24 years. Well, anyway, let's see. We wish I can live 24 years. But guys, I think it was a good show. And for those of you who joined us for the first time, we want to say thank you. This is the Bottomline Library discussions. Everything we say here is our personal view. It's not the platform. The platform does not have school also what to say. We say what we, as I'm saying or talking. Anything that comes to my mouth, I will say it. You want to hold me responsible. Don't hold the platform responsible. And Facebook, all of the videos and whatever we play were not our creation. We borrow them, and which is allowed in the media space. And besides that, for those of you who joined us first time, we want to say thank you for joining and make this place your home. Sometimes we will not say things that you want, but sometimes we also say something that you want. So it's up and down, up and down. And our man Alfonso Taylor, Alfonso, when you down last week you were down on the show, so it was kind of a door for me. So, but I'm not giving you free passport now to come and get or anything. So Alfonso Taylor, welcome, and our man Bataki and the rest of you guys want to say thank you, because if you are not here, we'll not be here. And if we are not here, you will not be here. So thank you, Paul. Are you going to be here on Sunday so we can talk about it before time?
No, I'll be here on Friday, and then Sunday we're trying to get Dubai now for Sunday, but His Grace will have him. But so we'll be here on Sunday. We're back. The season over now. We'll resume our audience with the Lord Children on Sunday.
All the Google things finish now, the July 26th finish now, back
Yeah,
to
they
normal.
celebrate. So we're back. Anyway, let me get close on quickly before I leave. I just want to say the situation with the drugs in Liberia should not take it lightly. It's serious, and to protect our first family, the government need to have Jojo protected, and he need to be investigated if he actually took 2 million from the Colombian. If he didn't give the people their money back, it will not be good for Liberia. That's how I see it. I live in a hostile environment before, and I've seen how drugs people operate. And people who have not seen it before, they might take this as a joke, but the drugs cartel, you don't play with them. They go on hardcore. Even they plan people within the police. And our police in Liberia, they are hungry lions.
Yeah, but
They unfit
you already hear that somebody received how many thousand?
10,000.
Ten
And
thousand. Can you imagine?
yeah. So they should not take it easy, because those guys, they have the money, they get the power, they can pay people to get to Liberia and cause mayhem. We should take this very serious. We should forget about the partisan line that, oh, Joseph Barker, I voted for him. Although it's painful, therefore, when you support somebody and the person doing wrong, for you to be brave enough and tell the person, look, you're doing wrong, they don't want to accept it. And this is a problem that we have in Liberia. You see, I went to Liberia, I supported Mr. Cummings, but I can be on his back. I think he's scary, and that's how I'm saying he's a scary politician. When I say ANC people get angry with me, because you see, Dawo Eli was never a scary
But
person.
that's a view. It has to be
Exactly.
respected.
This is
That's
how
a
I
view.
see.
That's your
But if you
opinion.
tell Unity Party people say, look, the old man, he's a liar. It's true he's a liar, but they get so upset. A liar is a liar.
Yeah, I love Mr.
Yeah,
Cummings desperately,
yeah.
but I cannot come here to say, oh yeah, your view, your opinion, and start to fight you because of your view and opinion. But I should counter argue you. Why you
Yeah.
think Mr. Cummings is scary? Okay, let us get into that debate instead
Yeah,
of being
we'll
angry
have
with
that.
you and we create that enemy shit. No, it's about Liberia. Okay,
Exactly.
because you want the best for Liberia, you want a fighter. You want somebody to just be there and letting things to slide when you know that this person can move the needle. I think that's where you're coming from with your point to say, oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
scary. No government
exactly.
can grab Mr. Comey, just put Mr. Comey in prison. I understand, I do understand where you're coming from. Okay?
And this is
But
the
this is
point.
the
But
problem with Liberian.
they
We're not
will not
supposed to
be
be
brave
loyal to
enough
this
to face.
individual. We should be
Exactly.
loyal to our country. It's our country we should be loyal to.
So
Okay?
I was just closing and on the issue with Mr. Cummings where he said, I think this is the time that Mr. Cummings need to take a bold step. And what I mean by bold step, all the reform he talking about, 85% of the population are unemployed. Now, there's something we call give and take. This is where Mr. Cummings need to tell the country, for Christ's sake, school, hospital, it will be free for people. Our politicians are scared to say that. And this is why you have people that Omen Joseph Barker there using their surrogates to rile on people who are not knowledgeable. This is the situation. And this is what I want Mr. Cummings to do. Be man up. Tell the nation, my mirror, my miata. If I become president, your child will not pay how to call registration fee. Your child will go to JFK free and happy because if Joseph Barker can ride $1 million car, he's coming and saying he doesn't want salary. So he and me, that $1 million car that Joseph Barker ran, that money could go to hospital that people could
Yeah, I think
benefit.
I think
This
Mr.
is the
Comey is
point.
talking about free education, Brother Paul, but the language that he used in his free
He
education
not
is
getting it.
what not connecting with the Liberian
Thank you.
people.
That's the
And I
point.
do understand with you, and that's where
Yeah,
we the
this is
ANC
the
people need to
language.
come
Yeah.
to say, okay, this is Brother Paul point or this is Brother Paul opinion, okay, and we find a common ground. But not to come to say, oh, Brother Paul, because you criticize Mr. Cummings, so you let Mr. Cummings, you let ANC. No, that's nonsensical politics. We're too advanced for that.
Yeah, this is the point I'm making. It's written in the ANC manifesto that primary health care, but the war free Mr.
Now,
Comey
man, what
is
you call
afraid to.
primary health care? The
It's,
old lady
it's
in the
this,
market understand primary health care? The
yeah,
old
no,
lady
no, you
understand
get
that
the
what they
point
call
I'm making. So
primary
this
health
is
care.
where he's
But
supposed
instead
to
of old
be
lady say,
man
oh
up
man,
to
yeah,
say
you go
this
to
thing be
free
free, and that's
hospital.
the point I'm making.
My Paul close now.
Yeah, this is
You have
why
your
he
time.
need to be man up and say, look, this thing
No, I
I've
ain't
been
got nothing
using
to
the
say, brother
word.
Paul and myself. I just bought this
I've
what you see,
been
my
using
man.
the word primary healthcare, but the actually mean is free. The word free in marketing is sell, and he's a businessman. If you go to the shop, you see something say buy one get one free. That alone will make you to buy. So you have to give and take. And the
Speak the
question
people language.
language. This is where I'm getting frustrated with Mr. Cummings, and that's the point I'm making here.
Okay.
Linford.
I know people will
Well,
say, oh, the ANC show here. But I think in closing, I just want to say, buttress what all of you have been saying, the both of you. Um, I think what Mr. Comey is saying is the right thing to do for Liberia, institutional building. Liberia went through a lot, and I can see why we are struggling to get back on our feet, especially with the kind of leaders that we have been electing that do not have that vision. Guess what? I just posted Mr. Comey picture when he said that thing. I just posted it and I said visionary leader. And go under there and see all the funny comments that people make. Because because they are afraid. When they see comments, they chatter. No. All the other parties, some of them have 0%, some of them have 2%, whatever. Mr. Comey, they say he have 1%. Why is it that when Mr. Comey leak all the people running around, there's 0% and some people get 2%, 1%, 2% greater. When they talk, they're not even talking. So people don't even go there. But let Comey just say, see the whole place, everybody running. They are afraid.
but let some of these people, political parties or political, how they call it, stand up bearer come up with their manifesto. Let's see their manifesto. and let's
They do
compare
not
their
have.
manifesto with Mr.
No,
Cummings'
Mr. Dan, they do
manifesto.
not have. These
I
people
mean,
come.
gentlemen,
I told you earlier on that the political parties in Liberia, most of them are just like a club. Few guys who know each other, they call themselves and say, "My man, let's try our law." Because this is how they get job in government. You see the other funny guy who they say, Kim Second, uh, the one down here in America that did not
yeah,
even get
and
president.
they send a man to Japan, a man in ambassador to
And see
Japan
it.
or China
So that
or
he got a
Korea, one
job
of the,
in Japan now. If you are not from a political party, in Russia, you'll not be there. So that's what people do. But I just want to say that I think institutional reforms would be the best thing for Liberia, and it's not for particular political party. It's for the entire system, entire government, the entire nation. So I hope Liberia no repentance. You go to church, you say you want to repent. No, repentance start in your mind. You repent by yourself. You don't need your church to go repent. You can suppose you're drunk up. In the church will tell you, or the church will carry your here and say start drinking. No, when you drink, you fall down, you get all your eye cut, your elbow cut. That you feeding the pain, that's the church. So you can tell yourself, no, listen, my body will not should be like this. All my teeth, that should be moved. I've been falling on my teeth break. So I will stop. You repent in your mind. Politically, we need to repent from all the mistakes that we've been making all the years. We say that we made the same mistakes over and over, then we cry for 6 years, sometimes 12 years, then we go by and make the same mistake. It's just like a woman, the woman here go, one man pregnant her, the man run away, you delay her, then after that the man come back in, the man pregnant, every time the man pregnant and running away, then but stay, you can't learn your sense. So Liberian, that's how we are. So
well, info. Let me to do and close, man. I won't leave. I just want to say a few words. I want to tell everybody thank you and our audience for following the show. This thing is not personal, but it's just about Liberia, and we are the mouthpiece of the voiceless. So with your voice plus mine and the rest, we can help to bring accountability to Liberia. No need to be silent and be partisan about it. No, we have to speak with one voice when ill is in the society, or else the ill going to create disease, and that disease going to affect every one of us, be it you in Liberia or you in the diaspora. So with that, I want to say good night to my fellow panelists. Yeah, Berlin, for you take it home.
Thank you, Mark, and we hope to see you on Friday. So, guys, Mark is taking his leave, and I'm just closing, and then we'll be getting out of here. But like I was saying, Liberia, it's time for us to repent politically. The mistake we've been making, let's drift away from it. It's not difficult. Tell yourself, listen, I voted John Brown the last time, and John Brown did not perform. And listen, John Brown is coming back. So I don't want to make that same mistake. And that's why when Mr. Cummings quotes our Einstein and say doing the same thing over and over and expecting different result is stupidity. Actually, because just imagine you take fish in there, you say you're going to draw water inside, you put a fish in there in the water, you take it, all the water leave, and instead of putting it there, it will not hold. It just can't hold. So we hope the next electoral period, you make up your mind. Say, look, why this man called Cummings wants to be president? And all these things saying, can he do it? Let's try him. Cummings is a Liberian. Try him. You don't know. The other people been trying, they are not from Jupiter to say they are more important. We're all from Liberia, all from here. So you try this man. Then when it comes to the drugs, yes, I can get frustrated. I say, but why am I crying when a Jojo received 2 million from the people if it is true? If you enjoy that money a long time, maybe a lane here, bank account breathing. Then we sit down here talking, I head in my head. When I'm hungry after I gotta go look for dry bread to put butter inside to eat. When the man ain't enjoying the money. But again, like Paul told me, this is our country. We can't give it up. We just gotta keep pressing until maybe one day you all believe in God. You'll keep praying too. Maybe God will listen to us. But me, I believe in God. I believe that we are our own God. We can change the system here. If we start voting for those crooks, then we as our own God have made a change instead of going to pray to something like God. So Paul, I think this is how I'll close, and we hope that this drug thing will not escalate and reach to the point where we all see the danger. And so on this note, I want to say thank you and join us on Friday.
That a bass head. I see me say she patch all the time. Yeah. Why see me messy, but baby, you know see the bar. Only money and I'm taking care. I pay my prayer, papi. I say thank you for the care. Look in the mirror, I tell myself, you need you the best, baby. Please don't stress yourself. Me, they want me, oh, give me my money. Because the people need to put a stack.